Hi, welcome to the Slippery Slope. I'm Jason. Look, let's got to dive straight in here. Something just been bugging me a little. This headline, AstraZeneca likely linked to 3 more cases of blood clots in Australia. I just, I don't understand what's happening. If this was 3 cases of COVID-19, now could you imagine the hysteria on the ABC News? It would have been all over the news all day, wall to wall, wall to wall, just hysteria. 3 cases of COVID-19. Let's lock down the state. Let's lock down the whole country. Don't go outside. Everyone put your masks on. Don't breathe on anyone. Please. COVID-19. Now, I'm not trying to mock people who've got COVID-19. I understand it's a very bad virus. I don't want it, quite frankly. And I take precautions. But why don't we hear the same kind of hysteria when the so-called magic bullet that we've been given is starting to cause issues in more and more people? 3 more cases of blood clots in Australia. This morning I was reading how a Queensland police officer, he's got other issues, but had the same thing, blood clots. He gets the vaccination, ends up with blood clots. And people say, okay, well, there's underlying issues, but here's my argument: if you didn't have the vaccine, you wouldn't have gotten the blood clots. So we can keep blaming it on these underlying issues, but you don't have these issues if you don't get a stupid vaccine that causes it all to flare up. It's just, I don't know where we're going with this. So now that it was only a couple of weeks ago, I saw a program on the news, and they were saying science. We're going to see our way out of this with science. It's all going to be better. We rely, and science is good. We rely on it completely. But that's it. We put all of our faith in these scientists coming up with a vaccine, putting all these things in our bodies, which normally would go through, it seems like it would go through a longer and a longer process of testing. And yet we haven't put it through the same rigors of testing, and we're ending up with more and more issues. I don't know. Is this the slippery slope? We just take shortcuts. We see a problem, we immediately try to fix it. We tell everyone, no, it's all going to be good. The government gets on board. They have all the little promotional videos. Everyone getting the jab. Let's all get the jab. They try and make it sound cool. Yeah, we're going to get the jab. And then when there's issues, everything gets downplayed. Blood clots, oh, but it's if you're under 50, there's blood clots. Oh, if you've got underlying issues, that you might get blood clots. Well, dude, I don't want to take the risk. That's the thing. And stop downplaying it. That's what is most frustrating. Anyway, that's what I wanted to kick off today about. It's just, I get so frustrated with the downplaying of the issues with vaccines. So where are we going with the vaccine? I don't know about you, but my opinion, I think where we're going is we're going to be forcing people to have it. Now, we see things coming along where they're saying, okay, people won't be forced to get it. It's your option. It's you that makes the decision whether you want to get the vaccine. But let me tell you, they're going to be putting more and more restrictions on people who don't have the vaccine. So we won't be able to travel. That's a given. So the government won't ban us from traveling. It'll be private industry. Airlines will be saying, well, if you haven't been vaccinated, you can't travel. First it'll be you can't travel overseas. Then it'll be like, oh, well, no, you can't get on a plane at all because you haven't been vaccinated. And then they tell you that, well, if you haven't been vaccinated, you're endangering other people. And yet, how many times did we see it come up on the news where people test positive And then they say, oh yeah, they've been vaccinated. They've been vaccinated. I sit there going, well, if they've been vaccinated, why? How have they still got the virus? Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not anti-vaccine, not anti-vaccine at all. No, nearly every other year I get flu vaccine. Um, it just seems like what I'm tired of, okay, straight up, is this vaccine just getting shoved down my throat. I have to have it. And they promote it as if it's the cure for everything. This is it. We get the vaccine, we're all sweet. I'm going to tell you, I don't think we're all sweet. From my point of view, from a, I don't know, maybe not someone who just doesn't want to rely completely on science all the time, I don't think it's all going to be sweet. And I think it seems like that there are other factors at play. As much as I think, yep, COVID-19 is real, there's some real issues with it, I don't want it. It seems like a serious virus. You've got to look at a place like Australia, where we do not have the same pressures as other countries. Our medical system is not under the same pressure as other countries with a lot higher population. And yet the news, all of our media outlets push it as if we're under the same pressure. They all provoke a response. They keep pushing this, this premise that COVID-19 is going to annihilate the whole population. And yet the reality of it is it's not going to do that. People will get very sick. People do get very sick. But in a country like Australia, maybe we can consider taking a bit more time with the vaccine. Maybe we can take a bit more time and see what the other side effects are. Just my opinion, this is taking us down a slippery slope. Anyway, if you got an opinion, feel free to drop me a message. Thanks for listening.